hear me? I don't know why it's not working. I don't know why. Okay, let's see. Is it working now? I just put in my mic. All right, now it's working. Now it's working. Okay. So guys, as you can see, the technological abilities are failing me right now, but it's not really my fault. I'm still getting used to streaming on my Mac, so basically it has this auto camera thing where it starts panning left and right. I don't know why. And then my mic is just being like drowned out by my music. So I'm gonna unmute the music. Tell me if it's too loud now, guys. Can you guys hear the music? Welcome Gamer Boy, Kim is Noob, Sloandale, Andu Wally, Super Crasher, Ali Abbas, Carlos, G-Man, Pulse, Planet Rabbit, Leon Lab. Alright. So can you guys hear my music? Is it too loud? Because I wanted to have some music in the background. I don't know. I don't think it's even audible at all. Can you guys hear it? Okay, it might not be here, but okay, now you guys can probably hear it, right? Just let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me, because we wouldn't want it to be the case where you guys can't hear music, can't hear me. Alright, so it doesn't matter. We don't need music, but let's see. Everyone is in the chat. First of all, how are you guys doing? I think this is the first stream we've had where most of us at least are on summer break. So how are you guys doing? Are you excited? Are you ready? Do you guys have any plans for the summer? I know a lot of you guys are going to the beach. A lot of you guys might be just hanging out, chilling at home, maybe reading a lot of Dogman books, playing video games, watching YouTube. Tell me, what are your guys' plans for the summer? Yeah, looks like you guys are doing amazing. Nice. Yeah, so I think the music should be fine, but okay, it's fine. I just checked. Alright, guys, so we have a bunch of comments. Well, M&T is going to Florida soon. Okay, sounds good. We have Noah Blaze chilling with his cousin. Then we have Leon Lab going to summer camp a few weeks ago. Okay. So we have a lot of people doing different things. Sorry if I missed the comments, by the way. I think the chat right here is a little bit delayed in comparison to the one on YouTube. But Sloandale has a lot of stuff going on this summer. Okay, welcome to the stream, David Games. So guys, I wanted to make a couple announcements before we begin. So what we're going to be doing is today we're going to be talking about all the Dogman 14 theories that we have on the horizon. So basically, I don't know if you guys saw, but I was kind of spamming community posts every single day trying to get your guys' ideas on what could happen in the book. So I collected all the best theories and we're going to be talking about them and shouting them out first. But before we begin that, you guys, I want to talk about something super important. So I've been saying I have something special for 10k subs, then I said it for 20k, and then I grew so fast when the Dogman movie came out. It went up to 30k, 40k, 50k, and now I'm finally ready for it, you guys. So I've decided to start teaching you guys how to become Dogman YouTubers. I know so many of you guys want to do it. You want to make videos, and even if you don't want to be Dogman YouTubers, you still want to learn how to make content, how to make videos, because it's such a cool thing to do. So I decided to just launch this for you guys, where you guys are my live stream audience. You guys are like my most loyal friends on YouTube, because I feel like I can talk to you guys directly. You know what I mean? I can talk face to face almost, not really face to face, more like chat to chat, but it's a bit easier than just corresponding through comments or whatever. So since you guys are my close fans and close supporters and close friends on YouTube, I decided to launch the website above. So it's youngytclub.com. So what I'm going to tell you guys is you guys are going to get like VIP access basically. So since you guys are going to be the first ones to sign up, it's completely free. Then you guys are going to get VIP access to it. So even if you already make videos, even if you don't, this is going to teach you all the secrets that I have to being a YouTuber. Everything that I've learned and used to get to 50,000 subscribers, I'm teaching you guys for free. So basically, it's going to be 3 YouTube live streams. I think I've done this in the past before, but this time it's going to be way bigger and way better. And if you guys sign up, you're not only going to get the link to the live stream so you can watch it, but you're also going to get so many bonuses and VIP stuff and so many exclusives that you get. Like, you can get some of my scripts that you guys can see how I write my videos. You guys can get maybe a video where I show you guys how I edit a video, or how I make a TikTok short, or like a YouTube short, how I make edits, all that kind of stuff. So basically, you guys can learn so many different things, but only the first members are gonna get this VIP stuff. So I wanted to give it to you guys who are watching on this live stream. And I'm actually gonna shout out the people who just signed up right away, because you know, you guys, this is gonna be super special. I want to give you guys like first access, you know what I mean? So we have a lot of people who already signed up. So basically what you got to do is you got to go to youngytclub.com. the link is up here, and then you'll see the website. All you have to do is write your first name and then write your email. Maybe ask your parents if they have an email that they can use, and then you click sign me up. And then basically what it's going to do for you is it's going to add you to my secret YouTube list, and then you guys can learn how to do that. So I see a lot of people already signed up. I see that Cybel has signed up. I see that Adam has signed up. I haven't seen Adam in the chat, but he probably has like an alias now. He put his real name. I see John. Okay, I have a lot of John viewers, so I need to see which one it is. But we have a couple people already joining. All right, you guys, and by the way, it's completely free, and you guys get VIP access to so many things. So basically, I think we just wanted to get that out of the way, because I wanted to just teach you guys how to become YouTubers. I know it's such a big dream for a lot of you guys, and I think I've learned a lot of things along the way that I would want to pass on to you guys, and I would want to pass the torch on. Because when I was little, when I was starting out, I saw like looking up YouTube tips, how to be a YouTuber, how to grow a YouTube channel. There's always people selling courses for like $1,000, for like I don't even know how much money. But I want to start off and I want to give stuff to you guys for free. I want to teach you guys how to become YouTubers, how to make videos that people can find. And yeah, so Paul said this is if you made a membership for your channel. Well, it could be, but it's going to have like a free thing until the end of your lives, basically. And also, it's going to start by giving you guys access to YouTube streams where I teach you guys how to do stuff. But then, once you go beyond that, it's going to be literally a membership and a community. You guys can talk about Dogman over there. You guys can network and talk about making collabs. And you guys can find collab opportunities. You guys can discuss, like, it'll be kind of like the Dogman Wiki. You guys know how the Dogman Wiki has a discuss section? Well, this is going to be all about Dogman YouTubers, Dogman content, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a membership. It's going to be a community. And it's going to be all sorts of cool stuff, because I want to help you guys learn how to become YouTubers, and I want to help you guys do it the right way. So I see we have a bunch of people already in. We have Dana as well. Thank you so much for subscribing. So basically all it's going to do is, before we move on, all it's going to do is ask you for your name and your email, and then you're going to be added to my YouTube tips list. So you guys, I see a lot of people signed up, wanted to sign up, so let's go ahead and talk about the main topic of this live stream. So I see Planet Rabbit asked who is better, George or Harold. I don't know. I guess, which one's the drawing one? It's Harold, right? I think it is Harold. I guess I resonate more with Harold then, but I'm not sure. But both are cool, both are cool. Okay. Benji says, I wish I could be a YouTuber. Well, Benji, it's always good to learn. Maybe even if your parents don't let you become one, it's still good to learn the strategies beforehand, you know? It's like when it's a rainy day and you want to play soccer outside. It's still not bad to learn soccer skills at home. It's still not bad to study how to play soccer as good as possible. It's still good to watch how to play soccer well videos at home. Even if you can't play soccer right away, even if you can't open a YouTube channel right away, it's still good to learn what to do, and then your parents could let you. And yeah, guys, as I said, everything that I will teach you here, which is like the essentials of YouTube, the YouTube 101 stuff, everything can be applied to anything. So tomorrow I could try to open like a YouTube channel about, I don't even know what. I can make one about soccer. I could make one about Pokemon. I used to be a gigantic Pokemon fan. Basically, I could do anything, and the same YouTube strategies still apply. So, guys, Planet Rabbit said, Dorian, will you ever make new content besides Dogman? Are you a Dogman YouTuber for life? Well, Planet Rabbit, I'm going to be, already actually put it in my will and everything. I'm going to be making Dogman videos until I'm around 90, 95, as long as I live, basically. So I'm going to be a grandpa in the retirement home making Dogman videos for Dogman book number 47, so you can trust me. But all jokes aside, basically, all jokes aside, I do plan to keep making Dogman videos. This is such a cool community as long as Dave Pilkey keeps making books. But a lot of my focus is also going to go into this YouTube club I'm making because I want to pass the torch on to you guys. Let's see what everyone says. Sloandale, yeah, so you're going to be added to my list, and then I'm going to email you after the stream, and I'm going to contact you. Leon Lab, if you already make YouTube videos, that's cool. That's really good, actually, because you already have kind of like a head start. But then I'm still going to be teaching you my YouTube techniques, which you can apply from my experience. So yeah, Pulse wants to be a Brawl Stars YouTuber. That's pretty cool. Alfie Smith says, will you see Dogman 2 when it releases? If it does come out, if they do end up making it, of course. Yeah, Quantum Zone, I know it's all jokes, but hopefully I can outlast Dave Pilkey, right? G-Man says, who do you like more, Dogman or Little Petey? I would say they're even. But if you put Petey into the equation, then Petey is definitely my favorite. And all that kinds of stuff. Alright, so we have a lot of comments coming in. It's going pretty quickly, you guys, but what do you guys say we start talking about our Dogman 14 theories? So just going back to Dogman 13, I know it was like a big breath of fresh air for you guys. Maybe you guys didn't like how the air smelled. Maybe you guys didn't like how the air looked. Maybe it was a little foggy in your eyes. But for a lot of us, we thought Dogman 13 was a completely new experience. We thought it was a lot different. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but it was just like different in that it brought us back to the past while staying in the present. So basically, we stayed in the present throughout the story, but we kept getting flashbacks to Big Jim when he was younger, I think. Or it was just Petey's flashbacks to the past, because I know Petey had some good flashbacks. No, but it was Big Jim also, because we saw his parents dying in that car crash. So that was really, really interesting, and I think it was pretty cool to see, but it is a lot different than the classic Dogman books. CatFan1 says it was a cool book. Yeah, and I think it's pretty cool to see also because I think the classic Dogman formula is great, like the one we've been seeing the past 5 books. But I think Dave Pilkey wanted to kind of switch it up a bit, change it up, and maybe add a different dimension to the series. So even if it is different, I think it's still going to be quite interesting. Quantum Zone says Dave Pilkey never disappoints when it comes to writing books. Yeah, that's right. And all that kind of stuff. So you guys, I think that was pretty cool. I think Dogman 14 is going to follow something similar, but I did want to show you guys some of the best theories that I had, and then we can discuss it. What do you guys say? So I don't know if it's letting me share my screen. I think it's a little bit odd, but yeah, we'll talk about it though. So the first question I asked is, which characters are you most excited to see and why? So tell me, by the way, in the chat right now so that I can talk with you guys and we can talk about the comments I saw before. So what characters are you guys most excited to see in Dogman 14? Because I've got a lot of characters that I'm hyped to see, and I know we have a lot of comments also. So we have Nate is Epi saying Petey because we never saw him in the 13th book. Yeah, I think that's a lot of what people are saying. MJ Studios YouTube said, I would be very excited to see Petey return. Besides, Grandpa is now with Big Jim doing stuff that could be questionable to Petey and others based on the fact that Grandpa was once a very awful and evil person. Yeah. I Love Food says, I hope Petey is at least mentioned. Chad Johnson also says, I hope Petey gets some spotlight. So looking at the chat, what is everyone saying? Sloandale wants to see Petey. Quantum Zone wants to see Little Petey and Big Jim. Okay. Let's see. Kristen Wilson said that he or she tried to make a book called Electro Boy. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Andrew Wally says, which character is mostly in the background and keeps the low profile but you're interested to know about? Yeah, that's a really good prompt. I think one character that I'd be interested to learn more about is Petey's mom. Of course, she did pass away, but I feel like the more we could learn about her, the better that would be. But we'll see what happens, because everyone is saying that they want Petey to return. I'm not sure what Dave Pilkey's plans are with Petey. Maybe he's gonna bring him back for like a huge return in book 15. Maybe he's gonna return in book 14. We're gonna see, you guys, what happens. But let's see what else everyone said from the community post. We saw someone saying Baby Grandpa. That's gonna be cool. Yeah, what do you guys think about that? So basically, if you guys didn't know, they pulled out to meet the cast, and Baby Grandpa was one of the characters, and that's just like super interesting, super cool, because it's gonna be funny to see that. And we're also gonna see Grandpa's parents. I think their names are Phil and Fritzy, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're someone else's parents. But that was pretty cool. And I don't know if you guys like Mario, if you're Mario fans, but in Mario Kart, that just instantly reminded me of Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Peach, all those characters, because I feel like that's exactly Baby Grandpa. It's like the same exact thing. So it was really funny to see. And yeah, I think Baby Grandpa is going to be super cool and super funny to see. So we have a bunch of people who saw that. It looks like it's pretty cool. Yeah, Carlos asks, do you like Dogman or Big Jim? Well, Big Jim is my favorite character, of course. So I have to say Big Jim is my favorite. And I'm so happy that he's like the main character, because it's pretty much crazy, you guys. Because before I was like fiending to see Big Jim appear in just one book or two books, and to see him have more than just a minor role. I would be so happy when he turned into Commander Cupcake or something similar. But now he's literally one of the main characters. The book is named after him. So that's really awesome. That's really cool to see. And yeah, that would be quite interesting to see. Noah Blaze says, tell me all of your favorite characters. Well, in Dogman, my favorite is probably Big Jim, or definitely Big Jim. But I really do like PD also. PD is one of my favorite characters because he's so deep, so interesting. And I think those two would be my favorites. I like Grandpa, he's quite interesting. I like Little PD, I like Dogman. So yeah, and we have a ton of comments in the chat, so let's go ahead and talk to everything and everyone. Planet Rabbit says, do you prefer the Meet the Cast or the old George and Harold intros? Oh yeah, that's actually a really good question. So what do you guys think? Answer Planet Rabbit's question as well. In my opinion, I think they're both quite good. I think the Meet the Cast is smarter right now because obviously it's like the 14th book now, and there's going to be a lot of people who haven't started from book 1 and read them in order. So it's going to kind of refresh you and give you the opportunity to see what you missed, meet the characters you don't know. So I think it is better to have now, but the old George and Harold intros had a lot of charm, and that was really cool. So that's my answer. But what do you think, Planet Rabbit? What is your opinion? And yeah, let's see. Meet the Cast. Some people like it, some people don't. But yeah, some people are just joining the series, so it's pretty cool to just read for them. CatFan1 agrees with me. Benji says Meet the Cast. Okay, yeah, some people do prefer the George and Harold intros. I think they were really charming. They were really interesting to see. So yeah, Planet Rabbit says, I feel sad because George and Harold are gone. They were genuinely my favorite Dogman characters. Yeah, totally. And yeah, Gamer Boy, I think he says agrees with you to me, hopefully. And yeah, Noah Blaze says, what is your favorite book? My favorite Dogman book would probably have to be Big Jim Begins, honestly, because obviously the book was dedicated to me, but that's why it has such a special place in my heart. But also, it's just what it means to me, you know, seeing one of my favorite characters really take the reins of the series, become the main character. I think that's something very special and very interesting. So that's why book 13 is my favorite. And yeah, we have a lot of questions, you guys. Whoa. But let's see what everyone says. Quantum Zone says, is there a Dogman character you don't like? Not really, honestly, because I feel like even though they are villains, that's how Dave Pilkey made them. So if you wanted us to dislike him, that means that he did a really good job making him a villain. So a lot of people say they hate Grandpa. People were saying, I hope he gets the virus back in those days. Like, they hated Grandpa so much, but I think that just shows how good of a villain Dave Pilkey made him out to be. So I don't really hate any Dogman characters. I don't really dislike any Dogman characters. And Quantum Zone, I got an ad on my own video also, because I have like the stream up on mine, so I can see everything's good. So that was interesting. I didn't expect that. But let's see what everyone says. Kristen says, why did they stop Captain Underpants? I think Dave Pilkey just wanted to have something fresh, to have Dogman. Maybe Dogman's going to end in a couple books also. But I hope not. But let's see what everyone said. Someone says, do you think the Dogman video game was worth it? I felt the controls were quite janky and characters would move without me touching the controller. So the character moving thing, I don't know. I think that might be controller drift on your end, because that happened for me. It's like, you guys probably know that when you have a controller for a while, it starts like moving on its own, and it would be like really hard to use the joystick. That's especially on my Nintendo Switch when I used to play it, and it would happen on my PlayStation too. I don't know about characters moving, but I think the controls weren't the most smooth they could have been. I think the controls could have been a little bit better, a little bit more silky smooth. I said that in my review. But I think otherwise the game is worth it. I think once you get used to it, it takes you like a world, or like, I don't know how many levels that is, 10 levels. After the first 5, 6, 7 levels, I think it kind of calms down and you get used to it, and then the game is a really fun experience. So I would suggest it to every Dogman fan. But let's see what everyone says. Let's see. Andrew Wally says, which of the Dogman characters do you have as a toy? I have Dogman plushies, little PD plushies. I think that's it. I have ADHD also. I don't have Big Jim. I don't know if they made any Big Jim stuff. They probably should, since he's the poster boy of Dogman 14. But yeah, we'll see. Yazaira Rodriguez, welcome to the stream. And yeah, let's see what everyone says. Unrelated, did you hear about Wimpy Kid 20? I actually haven't. Let me look it up right now. Party Pooper. Okay, it looks like really cool. Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, he might end it after 20 books. I don't know what he expects. But we'll see. I like Wimpy Kid a lot. I used to read the books a lot. You know, the 11th book says to Dorian. I thought that was dedicated to me. I literally grew up. I made a video saying how it was dedicated to me because I pre-ordered it, or my dad pre-ordered it like the day the book came out. So there is a chance he did pre-order it and he did dedicate it to Dorian for that reason. But then I looked it up, and apparently like there was or I hope he's still alive. I pray he's still alive. There was a kid who had cancer, and then I think maybe Jeff Kinney dedicated it to him for that reason. So I don't know, but I still like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, dedication or not. And I have read like every single book except the last one, and I think they were all really good. So I might check it out. Thank you for reminding me, Quantum Zone. And yeah, we have a ton of comments. I want to get back to the theories, so let's just do like a little bit more theories, and then we can continue, guys, with all the questions that you guys have. So someone asked, which Forgotten Dogman character would you love to see make a comeback? So Ashley said, I want Sarah Hadoff as a superhero. That would be super cool, like Purse Lady and Chief Man. I think that was what he was called. Absentee Shawnee says Robo Chief. Okay. Lolo Stop Motion says the Butler. Starry Hazel says, I'm excited to see Grandpa's parents. Well, they're not really forgotten, but he also said Yole. So Yole. Low-key, I would love to see Yole Caprice return. What do you guys think about that? I think Yole Caprice would be very, very interesting and very cool to see, for sure. And yeah, let's see. Someone said Phil and Fritzy for sure. Shadow's wife 5 ever. Okay, interesting name. We have Leon Lab reminding us, we never actually saw him get cut up. Flat PD. Could he be hiding? Yeah, that would be quite interesting, actually. And yeah, I think that's a lot of interesting stuff. I think there's so many Forgotten Dogman characters that there is a lot of potential for us to just see everything and hope someone comes back. Quantum Zone says, I want Dr. Scum back. Yeah, definitely. And also, what do you guys think? Like, do you guys think the Space Cuties are going to actually pose a challenge this time? Because last time they just got hugged and then they got decimated instantaneously. So I think the Space Cuties could be interesting, because now, keep in mind, I don't know if you guys saw my theory videos, but now you have to keep in mind that the Space Cuties have like invisibility tech. So that's going to be really cool, really, really interesting to see. And yeah, that is going to be really cool. So let's see what everyone is saying. Yole should return. Flat PD. Alright. Someone said, do you think Dippy should be important or could be important to the story later on? I don't think Dave Pilkey is going to put her in the spotlight. It would be interesting to see for comic relief, but I think she was just one of the comic relief characters, as I said. I don't think she was as important as like the other funny characters like Big Jim. I would like to see her come back. Would be interesting. But I think her time to shine was in the first couple books and in the Dogman movie. So yeah. Definitely interesting to see though. And yeah, Alfie Smith, thank you. I guess you're Dogman's spokesperson, so thank you for telling me a happy birthday from Dogman. Andrew Wally says, would you do a ranking of Dogman villains? It's actually a really good idea. I could make a tier list ranking every Dogman villain. That would be pretty cool to see. So I might put that in the back of my head, Andrew Wally. Thank you. And yeah, it's actually a good idea. So I could do more tier lists. I think that would be more interesting to see. I last did a tier list a while ago with An Amazing Story. So yeah. Alfie Smith, how do you think I would meet Dogman? Because he's not real. Unless you're talking about the mascots from like the events where a guy dresses up as Dogman. That would be cool to see. But yeah, let's see what everyone is saying. Carlos is a big fan of Dogman. All right, then you're at the right channel, Carlos. And yeah, let's see what everyone is saying. Do you think Grandpa will become good, says David. Honestly, David, I think Grandpa is going to jump ship. I think he's going to become a good guy pretty soon. I hope he will at least. I think he has had a bad past, but if Petey could do it, Grandpa could do it also. So at least, as long as he's not a flat-out villain, he doesn't have to become like a full good guy. But as long as he's normal and isn't wreaking havoc on the city and isn't doing all that crazy stuff, I think it could be cool. Leon Lab says, do you think Flat Petey will return? I don't know. I think the chances are slim because he was like such a specific character. You know, he was specific to the witch doctor, and it was him being flat, and he played into the exact like Unleashed storyline. I hope he would come back, but I don't know. Maybe he won't. Gamer Boy, I definitely think that Flippy should return. I definitely do. Yeah, Noah Blaze, if I were to do a tier list, I think a live stream would also be a good idea. Not a bad idea. But yeah, let's see what other theories we've got from before. So I'm just going through and seeing. So I also asked, and you guys can answer by the way right now. I asked, what do you guys think will happen to the cutified characters? Will they stay adorable forever or turn back to normal? So for those of you who don't know, basically all of the characters within a certain part of the book, they got like cutified by the space cuties. So essentially, Sarah Hadoff looks like a chibi. We have Zuzu looking like a chibi. The whole city looks like that. So it's quite interesting to see what is going to happen between all of them. So what do you guys think? Toddler Time with JJ says normal. CatFan1 says maybe normal. Sloandale says, I don't like how Grandpa is now getting a redemption arc. It made sense for Petey, but Grandpa is a horrible guy, so it doesn't make sense for him, at least to me. Yeah, it would subvert a lot of expectations, Sloandale. You're right. So that's actually one of the things I'm most excited to see in the next Dogman book. So yeah. Wild says they would return to normal, but would never forget what happened to them. The scars will remain. That's pretty cool. I think that could be the case as well. Rory and Izzy Reacts says, I think they might stay cutified because in the book cover it shows Grandpa cutified. That's a great idea. That is a great idea, and I like how you looked at the new cover and saw the book. So yeah, if you pull up the actual cover, you will see that it does show Grandpa cutified. He's in the bottom left corner. So I don't know if it's visible in my background. Not really, it isn't. But in the cover, you guys can see. Leon Lab, it's okay. Thanks a lot for watching the stream. Maybe you'll be around for a few more minutes though. And yeah, let's see what everyone is saying. So in the comments, we have a lot of people saying stuff. We have Sai Montana saying the cuteness will probably fade away. Antonio says, I think they'll be turned back to normal because in the Dogman 14 teaser, they have them as normal people. We have Gams again 4016 saying they're going to be normal. Newer A fan 152 says the ray might be reversed and they might go back to normal, similarly to what Dogman did with the pencil thingy in the third chapter of the first book. So wow, you're going way back into history. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. You're going all the way back, but yeah, it's smart. Leroy says, I think they might get kidnapped and get trained to destroy Big Jim and the others, but Sarah fights back and escapes and then gets turned back to normal, maybe by the Ring of Destiny. That's a great idea. And in the epic world of Dogman says, maybe Big Jim, Grandpa, and Dogman will defeat the Space Cuties, which will make all of the Dogman characters who got zapped go back to normal. Yep, great idea. Luis says, I think Petey, Big Jim, or Grandpa will find some type of cure which will uncutify them and the buildings. So as we can see, we have a lot of cool ideas, a lot of cool theories, but let's see what everyone is saying. G-Man, thanks a lot for saying that. I really appreciate it. Carlos, I have all of the Dogman books. I'm thankful to say that. It's my favorite book series for sure. And yeah, let's see. Gamer Boy says, I think Flippy will team up with Dogman and beat the villains. Low-key, if Flippy returned, that would be very, very interesting. That would be super cool to see. And yeah, I think Flippy returning would be a breath of fresh air. And we could learn a lot about when he was younger. I know we kind of saw that in Cat Kid Comic Club, but that was very cool and very interesting to see. So the next question I asked you guys is, one second. what do you guys think the main lesson of the story will be? So yeah, the book is called Big Jim Believes, so it could be believing in yourself, which is what a lot of people said. The Dogman guy says believe in yourself. Newer A fan says probably believing in yourself. Creative Always, which is creativist, says believing in yourself can actually change the world. Big Jim believes so hard that he unlocks some secret ancient cupcake power that defeats the space cuties and turns Grandpa good. That's a great theory. And yeah, other people are saying like be who you really are. Benji said that. Gamer Disciple said good comes from the inside, not the outside. Wow said Big Jim believes that who you are on the inside is what matters the most. Then we have another person saying everyone can change. So WKTR29 says everyone can turn good even if there's no good within them. For You says Big Jim believes that everyone can change things in their life if they choose to. And yeah, we have a lot of people talking about their main lesson predictions. So yeah, you guys, let's see what everyone says. Leon Lab says, I predicted Pete Davidson playing Petey. That's actually pretty cool. Good job, Leon. And yeah, Benji, I think I read your thing. Yeah, I did. So that's cool to see. And yeah, I think that we have a lot of different stuff from people, and it's going to be cool to see because every book, like, one thing I like about Dogman is that you learn new lessons, but it's in a completely, like, entertaining way. So it's not like a super boring educational book or stuff you have to watch in class, but it's actually a lesson that you're being taught in a cool way. So yeah, Gamer Boy says always be who you are. Wow says believe that you can change the world. Toddler Time with JJ says believe anything. Benji says evil never comes from more than one person, but good will always be evil. That's completely right, Benji. And yeah, For You asks how is Pete Davidson in real life? Pete Davidson is an awesome guy in real life. He's very humble, very kind, very down to earth. I don't know, but some celebrities, I feel like when you meet them, they're kind of like prideful. They have a little bit of an ego, all that kind of stuff. But no, Pete Davidson was like the complete opposite. I told him I have a YouTube channel about Dogman and how much it means to see him playing the character so well. And he said like repeatedly, oh, that's cool. Congrats on your YouTube channel, man. He was really cool, really humble. And he was just very supportive. You know, he said great job with that YouTube channel again when we finished the interview. So yeah, that was really cool to see. He's a very humble and kind actor. And who knows, maybe in the future, I'll get the chance to interview him again. Fingers crossed. Because who knows, maybe they're going to make a Dogman 2. I don't know if they are. I don't know if the leaks were real. I hope it would be, but I don't know. We'll see exactly what happens. Planet Rabbit says, Dorian, yet another off-topic question. Were you the Dorian that Dogman 13 was dedicated to you? How did you find out about the news? What was your reaction? Yeah, it actually was. So basically, Planet Rabbit, I got it dedicated to me because I've been making like videos about Big Jim. I've been talking about Big Jim for so long. So then Dave Pilkey said, actually, you can watch my interview of Dave Pilkey. So if you go to my channel, you'll find the Dave Pilkey interview on the homepage. And he explained why he dedicated the book to me. So, yeah, basically, my dedication to Big Jim inspired him to just put him in the spotlight. And, of course, it's not just mine, but our dedication, you know. Our dedication as a community is what changed it. So I was obviously overjoyed. It was like a dream come true because, you know, when you're little, you're just reading the books, you're enjoying them. You can't even fathom the idea of actually getting the book dedicated to you, kind of inspiring a book in a sense. So, yeah, it was an amazing feeling, and I'm very grateful to you guys for helping Big Jim get more attention and for helping that get to Dave Pilkey's eyes. So, yeah, I said a lot of words, and I'm quite exhausted now. My tongue is exhausted after saying so many words without any oxygen. But yeah, it was a great feeling, Planet Rabbit. It was really cool. I actually found out about the book dedication. I got an email about it. So that's how I found out. I was over the moon, jumping over the walls. That was pretty cool. So yeah, let's see what everyone is saying. If Captain Underpants made a cameo, Gamer Boy, that would be absolutely insane. I think if Captain Underpants made a cameo, and if it was actually like a sizable amount of pages he was on, I think the book would be like the #1 bestseller out of all the Dogman books. I think that would be pretty cool. If he made a Dogman X Captain Underpants book, I'm telling you, Mr. Pilkey, that would be the most successful book you ever made. If you make a Dogman Captain Underpants book, That would be crazy. Low key, now that I have all these AI stuff, like, I probably need to buy one of those softwares. I know they're kind of expensive, but I could literally make a Dogman movie for you guys. Think about how cool that would be. Think about that, guys. Maybe I should do that. I'll start like a fundraiser. We'll collect some money. I'll buy one of those AI softwares because I saw a new like AI video thing came out, and it's like $100-200 a month. But if we get the chance to do that, I'll make a whole Dogman movie, guys. I'm telling you, I'll make a Dogman movie part 2. I'll make everything happen. It'll be like 30 minutes long, 40 minutes long. Would you guys want to see that? Because I think that would be pretty cool to see. Leon, I know AI, it's kind of scary, and we'll see what happens, but, you know, I think we can use it for some cool stuff as well. Yeah, Planet Rabbit, Ook and Gluck was one of my favorite Dave Pilkey books. I actually asked him about that. I completely forgot. I'm going to tell you guys what happened, so I'm not going to tell you everything. But when I was talking to Dave Pilkey in Washington, D.C., because I saw him in D.C., I saw him in New York also. So when I saw him in D.C. at the end, I said, "What's up with Ook and Gluck? Bring it back." I know it got like canceled or whatever, but like you can't just like, maybe there was part of Ook and Gluck that was problematic, yeah, but it wasn't Dave Pilkey's intention. And aside from that, he donated the proceeds and all that stuff. He donated it to a charity. And also, just because there was one problematic part that Dave Pilkey didn't intend, they shouldn't ban the whole book. Like, the rest of the book is a masterpiece. It's good, it's funny, it's great, it's interesting. So I think that one part that is a little bit, yeah, Planet Rabbit says, "I don't fully believe the book is racist." I don't remember what the problem fully lied in, so I'm not going to say what I do or don't remember. But I think that one part that was problematic shouldn't disqualify the whole hours and hours and hours of work that Dave Pilkey put into it. So, I don't know. Maybe my opinion is controversial, but I think that it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. I asked Dave Pilkey, yeah, this is the story time, the 30-second story time. So, then I told Dave Pilkey, "What's up with Ook and Gluck? Can you bring it back?" So, I don't know if I wasn't supposed to say that or something, but he was funny about it. He said, I actually, like, I'm paraphrasing. He said, like, he remembered the book, and then he talked about it to someone in his circle who helps him push out the books, and then he said, like, that's not happening. There's no book 2. So, Ook and Gluck are never going to outer space. I don't know who has the book. Maybe you have it in your libraries or something, but in the end, it says Ook and Gluck are going to go to outer space. They're never making it to outer space. You can tell them the rocket crashed or whatever, but they're not going to outer space. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, guys. Maybe I'll buy the intellectual property when I get older. If I have a lot of money, I can buy it from Dave Pilkey. I can buy the copyright, and I can make Ook and Gluck 2. I can make them finally go to outer space. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be very interesting to see. So I have a lot of stories I need to tell you guys from meeting Dave Pilkey, how cool he was. Oh yeah, I can tell you guys another thing if you want. You guys want to hear a quick funny thing about Dave Pilkey when I saw him in real life? Because I spent about, maybe in total I spent like 20 minutes with him, 30 minutes with him. Probably a bit longer, one-on-one. Maybe 40 minutes, I don't know. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I can tell you guys another thing. So basically, we have a lot of people. Yeah. Basically what happened is we were going to do the interview, right? So we were in New York, and then they were doing like a very, very early screening. I think it was the evening of January 31st, so right when the movie came out. It was at one of the New York movie theaters. It was a really nice movie theater. They had all the Dogman stuff, this and that. It was really cool to see. So then we pull up, my mom and I, and then we were standing there at the bottom floor taking some pictures. They had lights, LEDs. They had like some otherworldly elevator that was going up, because at the top floor, that's where they had all the movies. At the bottom floor is like the lobby. At the top floor, they had some like intergalactic looking like staircase, escalator, not elevator, my bad. So I thought that was cool. We were taking pictures and stuff, and then they arrived. So then they went upstairs. They were planning everything out. Obviously, they have to do their own stuff. And then they texted us. Dave Pilkey's team. We got a text. And then they said, okay, you guys can sneak in the interview. That was like 20 minutes before the movie began. before they played it. And obviously when the movie starts, Dave Pilkey needs to say something. He has to say, welcome, thank you guys for coming in, I'm so excited to share this moment with you guys, it's the first movie, blah blah blah. So then Dave Pilkey needs to be present when the movie starts, so we're kind of under a rush. So then we walk in, and there's this room to the side. I think it's called the green room. I believe that's what it's called. So we go upstairs, and then there's like so many different rooms. You know how a movie theater looks. And then there's a little room to the side, the green room. Then we walk in there, we barge in there. Thankfully, they had a key, so we didn't have to barge in there. And then there was a small room. They had a little vending machine on the side, a fridge, and everything. That's when people can like prepare before they begin. Hey, Harcool, how's it going? If you guys don't know, Harcool is one of my most loyal friends on YouTube. He's made so many cool movie content. And Harcool, I'm actually telling them about my experience interviewing Dave Pilkey before the movie began. So yeah, it was like pretty interesting because we were there in the green room in the movie theater before it began. And then there was a vending machine to the side, a fridge, and the fridge was humming so loudly. It was like, it was like crazy loud. And then we had our microphones and everything. We're testing it out, but it was like completely lodged into the wall. It was completely like hard. So obviously I would unplug it if I could. And then I was getting set up my mic. He had his mic. We set everything up. My mom helped out. His wife helped out, blah, blah. And then we noticed that the sound was coming from the fridge. And then we were trying to see what happened. And then within a split second, I promise you, this guy Dave Pilkey has like super speed or something. I turned around and you see this guy Dave Pilkey unplugging it from the wall. He's moving it, shifting it. This guy said, no sounds are coming from this fridge. I promise you guys that's what happened. So like we turned around, we said, oh, why is the fridge humming so loudly? This guy like took it out. He unplugged it, he moved it, everything. This guy Dave Pilkey was the star of the interview, but not only that, he made the whole behind the scenes. He was unplugging it, he was doing all that stuff, so it was like he had super speed. I turned around and I saw him like unplugging it, so that was cool to see. It was really cool, really funny. I got him a gift, of course. You guys can watch the interview if you want to, and all that kind of stuff. So that was really cool to see. He's very, very, very humble, very kind. Honestly, it felt like I was talking to little Petey. Maybe not visually, because little Petey's like a toddler, a little kid, and little Petey's a cat. Dave Pilkey's a human being, but you guys know what I mean. He's so kind, so humble, so down to earth. Like, it's crazy, because a lot of people, if they became best-selling authors, you wouldn't expect them to be like so down to earth, so modest, but he really was. He was really cool, really kind, so it was very, very fun to experience, and I look forward to seeing him coming to the States again, because it'll be cool to meet him, hopefully. But yeah, let's see. I kind of talked a lot. It was an interesting story, but yeah. Planet Rabbit says, how did you get invited to a screening? Well, I was in contact with Dave Pilkey's team a little bit so that we can set up an interview, because we've been talking about potentially having an interview for like years now, you know. I sent a request, I sent an email, but he was always in Japan, you know. And digitally, it would be kind of like hard to accomplish and pull off, so that's why we did that. Finally, when I got the chance for him to come to USA, then we managed to get the interview done. Messiah, dude, welcome to the stream. And yeah, Harcool, that was very, very surreal. It was very interesting to meet Dave Pilkey, because obviously it was like a dream come true, you know. Very, very interesting to see. And Harcool, I saw a review of the Dogman movie, and yeah, this guy Harcool kills it. Every time he needs to make a movie review, he does a great job. So yeah, let's see what everyone is saying. By the way, guys, maybe the stream isn't gonna last too long, but I wanted to say I did a special thing for anyone who is just joining and anyone who's watching my live stream. So obviously, you guys know that I want to help you guys grow your YouTube channels, start your YouTube channels, and even if you have a YouTube channel, I think there's a lot that I can teach you guys from my experience getting to 50K subs. I think we crossed 22 million views recently, so I think it was really, really cool to see, guys, and I want to just pass the torch on to you guys, teach you guys how to become YouTubers. So that's why I officially started the website youngytclub.com. So it's youngyoutubersclub.com, youngytclub.com. That's what they had, and I bought it. And then basically, if you go there, I decided to have a series of live streams, day 1, 2, and 3. It's going to be July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And it's going to be a YouTube live stream. But basically, if you sign up, you're going to get the chance to go ahead and watch my YouTube tips. So you're not only going to get the YouTube link, but you're also going to be added to my YouTube special tips list. So you're going to be added to a list, and then you guys are going to get secret perks. So I might go ahead and release like some of my scripts and show you guys into my process of making a video. I might go ahead and like screen record and go ahead and like screen record how I'm editing a video. I can record how I'm making an edit. I can teach you guys how to do stuff. I might have calls in the future where you guys can show me your videos. I can react. I can tell you guys how to improve it. So there's going to be so many VIP perks and bonuses and all this stuff that you get by signing up. So all you got to do is write your name, write your email. Iceworm Gaming, thanks for subscribing. That's the first time I've seen it. But yeah, basically all you got to do is go to youngytclub.com, go over to that website, write your name, write your email, and you're going to be added to my YouTube list. And you guys are going to get so many different bonuses and stuff, and I'm going to teach you guys how to become a YouTuber for free, by the way, for free. So just as a quick summary, we have a lot of people already signed up. This is for like the special people who sign up first. So of course we have people like Cybele, Dana, John, Sloandale. We have a lot of people who signed up already. Someone put Cristiano Ronaldo. So I don't know, I would show it if I could share my screen. It's not letting me, but someone put Cristiano Ronaldo. I guess Ronaldo is signed up. I guess he wants to be a YouTuber, even though he has 50 million subscribers plus already. But yeah, Hunter said, can I please interview you? I'm in Canada. Well, I'm down in the US, so I don't know if it's going to be easy to do that in real life. But if you want, Hunter, send me an email at cdorian@gmail.com. It's SEEDorian@gmail.com. And maybe we can do something online, like an online interview. You know what I mean? And that would be pretty cool. So SEEDorian@gmail.com. You can send me an email and we can see what happens. I would love to do an interview if you can, of course. Messiah dude, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it, and I like your username as well. Andrew always says, Dorian walks on the path of legends through Hall of Fame. Never give up. Keep moving further. Always grow bigger and stronger. Good lad. Thank you so much, Andy Wally. I really appreciate what you're saying. I don't know if I walk on the path of legends. I hope I do. And yeah, I really appreciate your kind words. You're probably one of my oldest subscribers, not in terms of your age, but in terms of how long you've been subscribed to my channel. So thank you so much. It means a lot. Hunter, I'll put it in the chat right now for you. And then you can get together with your parents and you guys can send me an email if you want. See what we can do. And yeah. So guys, make sure, I think we're going to wrap up the stream pretty soon, but we had a lot of cool Dogman 14 theories we're discussing. The last one I wanted to go over was what happened to the Ring of Destiny. So a lot of people said it went to Nurse Lady. I Love Food said, I think PD might still have the ring that Grandpa gave to his mom after stealing it. We have Leroy saying the same thing. For You was saying something similar. Then we had Zana Pasquale saying, remember when ADHD was reprogrammed? Maybe someone like PD hid the Ring of Destiny inside of him for safekeeping. That's actually a really good idea. And then Just Isaac said Chief gave it to the chosen one, the nurse. So, obviously we have a lot of cool ideas. And yeah, you guys, I think that with that, we might go ahead and wrap up this stream pretty soon. But I wanted to say I have a lot of gratitude to you guys because it was really, really cool to see. And yeah, Hunter's book trailers, I don't have Messenger, but we can set up a Google Meet. And then we can talk over there. We can have a call over that if you want, and then we can interview. But yeah, you guys, it was really, really, really cool. MNT USA says, I'm out of the USA next week for the Dogman YouTuber thing, but I want to be on the list for later. Yeah, so if you put yourself on the list, I'll find a way to teach you my YouTube tips. Even if you can't watch the thing live, you can watch the live stream replay for sure. But yeah, you guys, I think this stream was really, really cool. I think it was really, really interesting. And yeah, you guys, it was cool to discuss theories. It was cool to answer some questions that you guys have. You know, always interesting to converse about Dogman and the world of Dogman. And of course, you guys are my special live stream people. So you guys get first come, first serve. I am going to make a community post promoting this soon, trust me. But since you guys sign up first, you're going to get more benefits. Or at least you're going to have like the right to say you were one of the first people to sign up, and I'm gonna do something special for that. So yeah, you guys, I wanted to say, make sure to go to youngytclub.com, put your name, put your email, and then I can teach you guys how to become a Dogman YouTuber, how to become a YouTuber in general. So yeah, you guys, I think it was pretty cool to have this stream. It was a very fun stream talking, so I know I need to do more streams, but yeah, it was really cool. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. As Leon Lab says, God bless everyone. Yes, all of you guys. And this was a really cool stream. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I am gonna see you in the next one. So thanks for watching, guys. I had a great time, and go to Young YT Club if you want to be a YouTuber and learn how to make Dogman videos. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a good one. Thanks, guys.